What's your message to other educators around the world who maybe have been heading to a bad place where they've been almost teaching dogma, fueled again by maybe what X is saying or what Instagram or TikTok is saying? What do you say to them?
Do not be afraid to allow these conversations to occur, because these students have the ability to do what you saw in that video and to reason their way through these things and to learn new ways to advance their life, but they will not be able to do so if not given the opportunity. Sometimes it just takes the right questions, just a little bit of prompting and leading by example. It's pivotal. Allow them to happen. Don't live out of fear.
Welcome back to That Liminal Period. It's your girl, Chun-Li Shoddy. Today, I want to share a video of a conversation that went viral between a teacher and his student. And it went viral because it demonstrated how communication and the art of communication can really lead to understanding. You can see how the series of questions and prompts from the teacher allowed the students to open up his mind and use his own critical thinking skills in order to achieve his own conclusion. I think that's what we need more of in today's society, because everyone just gets their information and make their opinion based off of what is most trendy and what's online. But anyways, I want to share this video because, again, you can see the students, or you can't really see him because he's behind the camera, but you can hear the student's aha moment, if you will. But let's get into it.
So what's going on with that? What do you want to know?
She's had a pretty controversial past. I just want to know, like, what are your thoughts on it? And, like, do you still like her work despite her bigoted opinions?
So let's get specific, though. Let's define bigoted opinions. What opinions are bigoted? We're going to treat this as a thought experiment. I'm not going to say what's right or wrong or what way to think. The whole point is to learn how to think, not what to think.
Yeah.
So when you say bigot, you're starting with
How to think and not what to think.
the conclusion that, given her bigoted opinions.
Yeah.
So first, let's start with, does she have bigoted opinions? So when you say bigoted opinions,
She has had a history of being extremely transphobic, I've heard.
hey, you've heard. So what? Can you give me an example?
If you look at her Twitter, I think you could see a few things. If you want, I could try and find
see
something.
if you can find one.
So, one of these tweets that she came up with in 2019, she said, "Dress however you please, call yourself whatever you like, sleep with any consenting adult who will have you live your best life in peace and security, but force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real."
So you find that bigoted? What do you find about
It was
in there?
It was deemed transphobic. I myself,
Do you find that transphobic yourself?
I don't really have an opinion on it, but I'm just going with what a lot of other people have said.
So let's pause it. Let's not go.
If you're basing it off of the opinions of others, have you also questioned them on how they arrived at their own opinions? Or is it just, once again, people are in an echo chamber and you want to agree with those that are in that community for whatever reason? Because how is it transphobic for JK Rowling to say, okay, live your life, do what you want to do, and I wish you the utmost success. However, women should be allowed to state that we are women. That is a biological fact. And for women to be fired or let go of positions or not have certain opportunities because they acknowledge the biological fact and the biological differences between men and women, that's just wrong. And JK Rowling is a woman, a biological woman, and she has FU money, so she can say that. And so we appreciate that. However, there are certain individuals that are convinced that she is bigoted. Like this student started the conversation saying, given the fact that JK Rowling is bigoted. And the teacher asked him how and why. How is this the fact? Let's question that fact. And it really is just an opinion.
With what other people are saying, let's try and learn how to critically think. So let's analyze the tweet ourselves. So that statement, do you see anything problematic? Disregarding other people's opinions.
She did try and pin some things on a specific group of people.
Where does she do that? Can you read that?
But force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real.
So when I hear that,
She's probably talking about women like Macy Gray, who were forced to apologize for acknowledging the biological difference, or Adele, who is also reprimanded for stating the fact that she loved being a woman when she accepted her award at a gender-neutral award ceremony. These women are no longer allowed to just state that they are women and that they are proud to be women.
Interpreting that as meaning if a woman says that, saying that there's a difference between men and female and then being attacked as transphobic, I think that's what she's saying by attacking someone for stating that sex is real.
That is exactly what she's saying.
Is that transphobic to you?
So, to me, no. Stating that sex is real is not transphobic. It's just a fact of life. It exists.
So is there anything you disagree with in that tweet?
In that tweet, I can't really see anything that I myself disagree with, but I can see why some people would think, oh, this is offensive. We can't have that here or something, because...
Sure.
There's an apology tweet.
Let's read that. What did she say there? I haven't read that.
I respect every trans person's right to live any way that feels authentic and comfortable to them. I'd march with you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I do not believe it is hateful to say so.
You see anything problematic there?
She's apologizing, so no, not really. If I could read it again.
It sounds like a very similar statement as what she was just saying. She's basically saying, like, I have nothing, to me, this is what I interpret it as, I have nothing against someone being trans.
Exactly.
It's your life, but you just don't get to impose on you can live how you want, I can live how I want.
Yeah.
And let's all,
Exactly.
So I guess now that we're looking at it like, oh, there's not much difference between me or her, do you think it's fair that that she's being attacked by a large group of people and people are calling her, like you said at the beginning of this conversation, you said, given the fact that JK Rowling is transphobic, how do you feel about Harry Potter? Now, retroactively looking at that statement, do you think that was the best way to phrase?
No, I feel like an idiot now.
It's okay though, but this is why we do this, to learn how to think.
There's been so in my class specifically, in our class, there's been quite a few people in there who have been saying like, oh, she's transphobic. I've not, until today, I haven't really thought about it because I just believe
Now, wasn't that genuinely beautiful? You could literally hear the aha moment, the moment that this kid woke up and was just like, wow, everyone around me has been saying this. Everyone have been so adamant in having these opinions on who JK Rowling is, and I'm just taking it in from the people around me. And so how could all of this be untrue? I hope he really does start to push back more when people are trying to provide you with facts. If you analyze the situation and you take a look at her tweet yourself and you take a look at what JK Rowling said and you come to the conclusion that she is transphobic for whatever reason, at least you did your due diligence. However, a lot of people, and I've said this on the channel, they don't take out the time to think about situations rationally or logically. And to be quite honest, a lot of people have a lot bigger things to worry about in their everyday life. A lot of these issues are hidden issues, and it's just woven into society. You don't think that it's a big deal that the media has painted JK Rowling and other women who think and believe the same things as JK Rowling. You don't think that it's a big deal that they are considered TERFs and how they are considered bigoted for not accepting men, essentially, or Okay, I'll be nice, but trans women to come into women's spaces and dominate and completely erase out women. They are completely taking away the category of just being a pure woman. Now you have to be a cis woman. Anyways, I want to go ahead and share the clip of what Macy Gray said that had the trans community come after her, as well as what Adele said during her acceptance speech at the award ceremony.
And I will say this, and everybody's going to hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Adele said something that apparently is now so radical and shocking that newspapers were full of the horror.
I understand why the name of this award has changed, but I really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do.